What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Emotional, and guess what?
I'm bad, and I'm better than ever. Got a nut.
And we are back at it for another reaction video. This is Fosia Talks' debut album, Film Noir. Desert Rules, Unethical, and Competing on Singer in China. Now, I know y'all asked me to do this a long time ago, but we here now. So we're about to go ahead and dive straight into it. Like, comment, subscribe. Baby, let's vibe. Hit the button, baby.
I'm like, oh, I want milk.
Back to your album, isn't Desert Rose a cover?
You know what? Yes. Good point.
Thank you.
Unbeknownst to me, I think that drugs were really doing something because I was like, I want to walk to those mountains.
Is it the one that Jessie J was on?
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
life-changing.
It changed my life in ways that I would have never imagined.
Can you explain the process of working with Kelly Clarkson?
Again and again and again. Like, my whole childhood.
Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach, that's Stan, and we welcome to the studio. Say hello to Fosia.
Yo!
Hi. I don't know where to look.
Are you sailing somewhere? Are you,
know
a pirate?
I feel like it's more so like a jester.
Interesting.
But I love that that's how you perceived it.
Why are you coming here as a jester? I mean, there has to be deeper meaning, and obviously we're taking a trip to Paris in this album.
Yes. I feel like this whole album has been,
Cat
I don't
pillow.
want to say jester, but I would say more so like whimsical. And I feel like a jester can be whimsical. And I feel like jesters hold a lot of sadness, but they're there trying to entertain. And they're trying to, put on a face, put on a smile for the king, for whoever it may be. So I feel like I've been really gravitating towards that world and towards jesters and mimes and anything Parisian.
Are you just trying to entertain?
I've been, it's a good question. I've been putting on a smile for sure.
So like a
Interesting.
mime or like a jester?
A little bit of both.
Do you feel like sadness fuels what you do for a living?
Oh, absolutely. I have never written an album, I've never written an album. It's my debut album.
Well,
Let's start there.
But you've written records and you've had 2 EPs under your belt.
Yeah,
You've done
but,
things.
I've never been more inspired, but I've also feel like I've never been more emotional. And I don't want to say I hit rock bottom, but I said hello to it.
And what did it say back?
I said, write that album. Write something good out of this.
What caused you to get towards rock bottom?
Ooh, I feel like everything in my life fell apart at the same time. It feels like I was forced into a new chapter of my life, whether I wanted it or not. Personally and professionally, in my personal life and in my artist career life. And it happened literally all at once. And fortunately, I tend to pick myself back up and grow in those circumstances. But this one was a little tougher to get up from, to bounce back from. But I made it. I did it, and I'm proud of myself.
And you have a beautiful album from it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Do you feel like you would be able to make this album if you were independent? And the album we're talking about, obviously, is Film Noir. You should listen to it.
Thank you. I think I needed to be independent to make this album. I was signed for, I want to say, over 7 years.
Wow.
Yes. I was 17, for a week when I got signed. And then I soon after turned 18. And all I knew was that, being signed to a label, having voices and a team kind of pulling you in different directions. And I really don't think this album would have come about if I wasn't independent.
Can we talk about what you expected from being signed to a label and what it ended up being?
That's a really good question. Because I got signed right on the precipice of TikTok. It was right before TikTok, right before Instagram Reels. And so I think when I got signed, I had been sold what labels were and what they used to be.
Totally. So work you to radio, help you set you up with
exactly.
sessions and marketing.
Exactly. And I think I had a year of that, but then I was also simultaneously in school. So it was the first 3-4 years of my career, I was in school. So I don't even think I got to fully experience that full label setup. And then TikTok came about literally a year after, and everything shifted. Everything shifted.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe that shift for somebody who's kind of in the middle of it?
Yeah. It felt like everything was put on an artist's shoulders. And luckily, like, I love being involved in everything, like in my art, in the writing, in the visuals. Like, I want to be fully immersed in it. I want people to feel my soul in it. So that was great. But at the same time, when you're hoping that people pull their weight as well, and it felt kind of like, oh, you got to make these TikToks, you have to make these reels, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then when you would do that, and then momentum began and you felt like you were being propelled into something, it still felt like everything was on my shoulders. And then I was kind of like, wait, so when does the label come in? Like, when does what I was promised come in? And when can I release this album? Like, it felt like I just kept asking questions the entire time, but it was always just diverted back to, no, just go on TikTok, make videos.
Then what's the point? Like, if I'm just gonna be making TikToks all day, I might as well just leave the label anyway. Like, that just seemed like a waste of time. Like the stuff you're telling me to do, I could do it for myself. You know, it just, I don't understand. It's kind of like one of them things where it's like, I think the label can help you, like, you know, push your stuff faster, but like, it just seemed like for Fosia, it just seemed like you didn't really, it's like the label really just told you to be independent. It's kind of like the label was kind of preparing her to be independent, but her being signed at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever go through something and it feels like, it's in preparation for something else? And it seems like that's what the label was doing. It's like it was preparing her to be independent, but without saying she's independent. You know what I'm saying?
That's what works now. Like, that's what you have to do. So it felt like there was a lot of weight I had to pull, but at the same time, I felt like I was also being held back. So it was like really like a push and pull.
You talk about bearing your soul, and you definitely do that in this album.
Thank you.
Is there a language that allows you to bare your soul the most honestly and easily?
Ooh, you know, that's a great question. Yesterday I was with friends and they asked me, like, what language do you dream in? What language do you express sadness in the best? And I told them, I kid you not, that French is probably the language that I express sadness in the best. And I just realized in real time, maybe that's why Film Noir, and with like the topics being so dark and emotional and twisted, maybe that's why I gravitated towards it being a French, not French album, but like French inspired.
I mean, it starts with you losing your mind in Paris. And I got to say, the
song was
saxophone
hard,
is
though.
stunning.
Thank you.
And the atmosphere is really, it sets the tone.
Thank you so much.
Can you describe just the process of capturing that atmosphere? And then I'm assuming it's all live instrumentation.
So that one I did with Inverness and Kristen, and technically that was the first song on the album that was written. But it was written almost 2 years ago. I want to say 2 years ago. And I had the album title at first. I just had Film Noir. I knew what I wanted it to sound like. I knew the world that I wanted to build. And this song, which is why I put it as the first song on the album, felt like the best way to kickstart the project and to kind of propel people into the world immediately. So that's why we're losing our mind in Paris at the beginning of the album.
How did you capture just you hear the city?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
really cool. I mean, is it, geez, sorry, I just hit my pen against the microphone.
I heard.
But I'm talking about like this beautiful soundscape and this incredible atmosphere. I'm just like, geez. No, how'd you do? Is it like real city sound?
It was real everything. Like, everything in this album, including that song, was so purposeful. So we would add like sounds or like screams, shouts, instrumentation, harmonies. We wanted it to feel alive. And the best way to do that was not only using like real instruments and keeping that essence as real as possible, but also just adding like even mistakes in there. Like if I was singing something in the mic and then I messed up and I was like, oh no, we would keep that in there. Like you can hear it like tucked in a few things because we just wanted people to feel that it was real because it was.
No, I feel like I'm in the room when I listen to the song. It's
Thank
really cool.
you.
What happened that night in Paris?
And
Or
did you
day. Could be a day.
and did you lose your mind?
You know what? That song feels very metaphorical, where, like, in the sense that it just means, like, I'm losing my mind in this album. I'm losing my mind in this project. Are you ready to lose your mind as well with me?
Interesting. I mean, you do end up doing that. Let's talk about Unethical. It is a wild, I mean, it's a wild visual. The video is crazy.
Thank you.
Wedding dress, there's caskets, and then the lyrics, breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close, cut my heart rate out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Probably is. It's giving pretty toxic, eh?
The song is very personal to me, and when I was writing it, I was at a point in my life that it felt like I kept repeating myself and feeling like I was stuck in this like toxic cycle. And I felt as though the only way to get that point across was to depict it as, I guess, graphically as I do in the song, lyrically.
No, it's how you felt. I get it.
It's like, it's almost like, do you hear me now? Is it clear to you now what is happening? And that's why the lyrics are as graphic as they are. And also I thought that Isn't It a Bit Unethical was a little bit like of a funny, ironic question in the middle of a very dark and serious chorus. But it's a way to engage the other person. You're explaining to them what they're doing, and you're posing the question. Do you think it's unethical?
How'd you break out of the cycle?
It's interesting, kind of like when you talk to people. Sometimes you kind of got to give them the dirty, naked truth, like the really dirty, naked truth, versus like in this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like hesitant to tell them the full on bare naked truth of like how you make me feel, because sometimes folks got to hear it like nasty and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like to really get to understand how they really made you feel. And then sometimes it even just, I think even just giving them nothing. And it's kind of like people, they kind of make people be like, hello, what's going on? Oh, so now you see me. I gave you everything and you don't see me, but I give you nothing and now you see me. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a way to engage the other person. You're explaining to them what they're doing, and you're posing the question. Do you think it's unethical?
How'd you break out of the cycle?
I just had this gut feeling that in my life where I was heading, if I didn't break out of the cycle that I was in, I was going to become a shell of who I am. Like truly, I was going to lose myself completely, and I had just this like warning bells that I couldn't ignore.
Does the song come before or after the warning bells? And is the song itself a warning bell?
The song is a warning bell, and so is the video, in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like the fact that you're even at a place where you're creating this and it's flowing out of you. Mm-hmm. That's a huge warning.
Yeah. Yeah. The video itself is a depiction of those lyrics, and it's like there's a bride and it should be the happiest day of her life, and you see that she is walking into a funeral, and in the end she starts to bleed out, and it's a metaphor. It's like she's bleeding out. It's like, do you hear me now? Do you see me now? I feel like you become a broken record to the point where you have to go to extremes to express yourself.
Is she bleeding out because she's continuing the cycle?
She's bleeding out as a warning sign to herself, because in the video, I turn around and the only person in the audience is myself, staring at myself bleeding out in this wedding dress. And I'm mouthing the words, "Let me go." And when you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like you're speaking to someone else, but I wanted the video to be impactful in the sense that I'm speaking to myself. Let me go. If you're waiting for someone else to break you out of this cycle, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to end up at your own funeral, and you're going to end up in a place that you will regret. And so if you won't listen to anyone else, listen to me.
I ain't gonna fake it. Like that makes me think about the video a whole different way now, because it's like I remember all of that. I just didn't put the pieces together 100% from what I remember. But it's just like, dawg, like you gotta tell yourself that you gotta. I had to tell myself this morning. Matter of fact, like yo, like you gotta get out of this cycle. You gotta get out of this, and this. And it's like, bro, like you can be your own worst enemy. Like I feel like the majority of the time we are our worst enemy, not somebody else. I think we are our own worst enemy half the time. That's fire though.
This is where you're going to end up. You're going to end up at your own funeral, and you're going to end up in a place that you will regret. And so if you won't listen to anyone else, listen to me, because I know how this is going to turn out.
Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Did you
Boy.
listen?
Oh, I did, yes.
Yeah. What?
Stats.
Okay. All my pain is yours. I'll die for you.
She's silly.
I crave nothing more. For you, I'd start a war.
Oh, that's my jam.
War.
Hey.
And then 3 more wars.
Yes.
That's my jam now. I
It
ain't gonna lie.
is deeply about consuming love, but is it about how toxic you become?
No, this song, when I was writing it, the first lyrics I wrote that just flowed out. Like I didn't think about it were, I'd watch the world burn down just to see you in the lighting of the embers. And initially I thought, oh, this is fun because it can be interpreted both ways. Either you'd watch the world burn down to see someone that has wronged you go down with it, and you would stop like at nothing to see that happen. Or you love somebody so much that you would watch the world burn down to see their beauty in the embers, in the glow of the embers. And I thought that the album was already pretty heavy, so I wanted to take a more positive approach. And I was like, I want this to be a positive spin. And that's where I took peace and violence.
It's a lot of use of the word war for a positive.
But it's like
No, you die for someone. It is about love. It is beautiful.
Yeah. It's
It's like a Bonnie Clyde thing.
sacrificial love.
Yeah, an all-consuming love that you
Yeah.
would do anything for.
Exactly. And when I finished writing the song, the producer that I was working with, he was like, you know what? It dawned on me that it sounds like you're singing to your younger self. And I love that. And when I was cutting the vocals, I was envisioning that.
On Porcelain, you're playing piano. You are a classically trained musician. How does that impact or at least weave itself into your process? And that is you playing, obviously.
Yeah. Porcelain was the first song that I wrote after about a year of writer's block. And this came from not being allowed to release my album and feeling like no matter what, it was never going to come out. The words that I wrote were never going to come out. And so Porcelain was me bringing myself back to myself as a child at the piano, writing, singing. And it was the first song that I wrote that kind of opened the floodgates to like me writing again and me being passionate about writing again. And I wanted it to feel intimate, and I wanted it to feel like little Fosia was at the piano writing, and little Fosia was spending hours a day practicing classical piano, practical and theory, and I felt like I could really hear that in Porcelain, and I was very, very happy with it.
Are you always at the piano when you're making music?
A lot of the time. Like growing up, the piano was my best friend. It was just my piano and I in a very small town. And when now I gravitate towards the piano. Like if there's a piano in the room, sometimes I'll be with it'll normally be one person in the room that I'm working with, and I'll be like, "Can you turn on your piano? Can I?" And then they're always like, "Yes." They turn it on, and then I start to. If I'm stuck, the piano will always open things back up for me.
Do you remember the first time you chose to sing? Because playing the piano is very different than, using your voice.
I've been singing since I was born, I think. I don't remember.
So before you were playing the piano?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I started playing the piano when I was 4. So
Wow.
I didn't have much time to get ahead. But I've been singing ever since I could. I love I just loved art and I loved music and I loved singing. And my mom always says that she had a family member that said that when I was crying as a baby, it sounded like I was singing. Isn't that so silly?
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm like, I want milk.
Can you explain how David Guetta changed your life? Because he is a part of the reason why you ended up at Atlantic, right?
He was the first major collaboration that I was a part of. And I was actually still in high school, grade 12.
You were 17.
I was 17,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was 17 when I got the call that he was working on an album and there was a song called Battle. And I just remember like leaving math class and then getting a phone call and being like, what is going on? What do you mean David Guetta wants me on his album? That doesn't make sense.
How did he hear your voice? Can you like, how did that come to be?
It was the label that I was signed to at the time. He had, the head of that label had played my music, or like my voice.
You were signed to Atlantic already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Explain it to me.
Okay, so it's a little bit convoluted and a little messy, but initially, when I was 17, still in high school, I was in talks with a label called APG.
Got it. Yeah, of course.
And APG was under Atlantic.
Yes.
And then I got signed to APG, but before I got signed, the David Guetta record was like in progress and being worked on.
Wow.
And then I got signed, and then Battle came out a few months later after I got signed. And a few years later, APG and Atlantic split.
Totally.
And then I was fully an
At
Atlantic
Atlantic.
artist. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that song really did change your life.
Yes, it did, definitely, in a way. Like
I never knew that.
it was very, like, it made everything feel real. I was like, whoa, I'm doing this, like, professionally.
What do you think he heard in your voice that maybe others hadn't?
How good it is.
I mean, obviously it's spectacular, but like there is some, and I gotta say, like back then we were interviewing a ton. David Guetta was an incredible DJ, but so many DJs. And one of the big questions I always wanted to understand was like, do you need a superstar vocalist to make a hit record? And unanimously no. Like,
Whoa.
like without, like no. And they're actually amazing places to give great artists and
Yeah.
vocalists a chance to shine.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think he heard in you?
I don't know. I think it was the whole team. I think it was him and the people that were working the record and making it happen. They heard something. And I remember when I was getting signed, the head of the label was telling me that he would listen to like hundreds of songs a day or like 100 songs a day, and that my voice would stick out and he would remember it, or he would be able to distinguish it. And maybe that's what it was.
Cool.
Or maybe that's what he had told David Guetta. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's it. What is it like cutting a record that really, it is yours because you have the lyrics and your voice is going to be on it, compared to crafting something from your own experience and making it real?
You know, I struggle a bit with that because it is so important to me. Like, lyrics mean a lot to me. I don't want to say more than performance, but I do really, really like submerge myself in the lyricism, and I take a lot of time with that. So when I'm singing, like at the beginning of my career, when I was singing a DJ song or a DJ track, I was trying to find myself in it, but it was a lot more difficult for me to do so without feeling like I was covering something per se.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, because it's really not a cover, it's yours. Like the first time in the world's going to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess to everyone else, they hear it as that. But then to me, I'm like, I didn't write all these lyrics. Like I wasn't in the room when it first like was created. So it's harder for me to find that connection. And so that's why it's really important for me now to be a part of everything.
But back to your album, isn't Desert Rose a cover?
You know what? Yes. And good point. And that was like, it was actually an easy song for me to put on my album because I wanted to be so fully like immersed in lyricism, melodies, everything, production. But Desert Rose,
By Sting, correct?
yeah, Sting and Sheb Mami, felt like, well, the way we reimagined it, it felt so authentic. and it felt like I did bring my own spin and my own life to the song. And that's why I was like, it feels like my interpretation of it, and I felt good about it.
That was one thing with artists I never understood. I'm like, how do y'all get to sing like other people's songs on your albums? Like, I know there's like, of course, like copyright and stuff like that, but I'm like, interesting, because I remember Tank had I Can't Make You Love Me on his album, one of his albums, and I'm like, how do y'all get these songs cleared, especially independently too? But I guess it's about who you know.
The cover, it's yours. Like the first time the world's gonna hear it.
And having a bread.
Yeah, I guess to everyone else they hear it as that, but then to me, I'm like,
Or
I didn't
folks
write
like you.
all these lyrics. Like I wasn't in the room when it first like was created, so it's harder for me to find that connection, and so that's why it's really important for me now to be a part of everything.
But back to your album, isn't Desert Rose a cover?
You know what? Yes, and good point.
Thank you.
And that was like, it was actually an easy song for me to put on my album because I wanted to be so fully like immersed in lyricism, melodies, everything, production. But Desert Rose,
By Sting, correct?
yeah, Sting and Sheb Mami felt like, well, the way we reimagined it, it felt so authentic, and it felt like I did bring my own spin and my own life to the song. And that's why I was like, it feels like my interpretation of it, and I felt good about it.
Interesting and really cool choice to include a cover on your debut album.
Yeah. But Desert Rose really was unlike any other cover. It felt like after I performed it for 5-6 years,
It was yours. It became yours.
in a way it became my version of the song, and I felt like it didn't feel like an intruder.
Can you explain the process of working with Kelly Clarkson?
Oh,
Because so that story is like she had her own record and she was like, I need this to be heard in other languages. And
Yeah.
that's where you come in, correct?
yeah. So I worked with her on the Arabic version. I just want to say that she's the sweetest
crazy.
person in the world. Like I want to say 20-ish at the time, maybe. And she's so talented and so...
That was during the pandemic, wasn't
like
it?
hearing her sing in person, you're like, that's not real. Like how do you sound like that? And she's so humble, so down to earth. I love Kelly Clarkson so much.
Deeply kind.
Just so incredible inside and out. I love her so much. And I felt so privileged and honored that I was able to work with her, seeing as like she was always like my go-to karaoke artist. I would like, again and again and again, like my whole childhood.
What is it like, one, taking that song and translating that? Like, what is the process like?
It was a lot of like me sitting with my family and trying to figure out which dialect we were going to go with, because we're like, is it going to be classic Arabic? Is it going to have a little bit of the Moroccan dialect? So we sat there and we tried to translate it to the best of our abilities, but also keeping the proper intonations with the melody that was already there. So it was a little bit of like a tricky process, but we got there finally.
And you did it with your family.
My parents.
That's so cool.
Yeah. They're always in the background. Like people don't know it. But sometimes they'll be sitting there with me and helping me translate, or like just telling me that, no, that feels awkward. Like you wouldn't actually sing it quite that way. And so they're there helping me out.
What is their background?
They're Moroccan.
I mean, but like, just like, are they
Oh, and music?
musicians or
Nothing.
Nothing.
They just they love music so much. And when they were getting their first house in Carmen, which is a very, very small town, it's pretty crazy to think about, but they had one rule, and they were just like, this house needs to have a piano.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? It's like almost like a premonition where they were just like, we're not getting a house if it doesn't have a piano in it. And there were two houses they were deciding between, and they said this one because it has a piano in it.
And that, I would assume the piano you'd end up playing.
That was my childhood home, yeah. When I was about 5, we got that house, and that's the piano that I grew up playing.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
They put you around music strategically a little bit.
Yeah, but they loved music. Neither one of them sang. Neither one of them played any instruments, but they loved music. They loved it so much.
You should listen to Film Noir. It's waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. There's a link below.
Ding.
How
So
confident are you in your voice? Because you've kind of broke out in the song twice already, and it sounds great, even though you're just kind of doing it here. Like, how confident are you when you sing?
Depends on the day. When I break out in song, I don't do it on purpose, and I almost like cringe immediately when I do, because I'm like, nobody wants to hear that.
Yes, we do.
No.
We're here for
Yes,
it.
we do.
Not in the middle of a random room. No. But I feel like sometimes if I'm on stage, I better be confident.
Yeah, we're paying.
like I better give people a show.
Can you explain what it's like getting on stage and performing in China, knowing that there's like a billion, people, quite literally a billion people watching?
Yeah.
Do you think about it?
The first episode, not a thought. Not a thought was in my head. I was just like, okay, this is fun. This is cute. I get up on stage and I'm like, the worst that can happen is that I play or I sing horribly, and everyone will be saying horrible things, but I can't read Mandarin Chinese. So I will literally not know. But then I found out very soon after that there was a translate option, and I was translating those comments. So episode 2, I was so nervous. I was shaking. Like,
can you break down exactly what this singing competition show is in China?
And how you got there in the first place.
Right. Please explain.
So I get a phone call saying this show really wants you to come and be a participant. And at the beginning of my career, I had gotten offers from a lot of singing shows, and I was like, no, not my cup of tea. Thank you so much, though. And
this is different, though.
it was different, and I didn't know that at first.
Is it the one that Jessie J was on?
Yes.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
I mean, this is like literally life-changing.
No, yes. It was like, it changed my life in ways that I would have never imagined. But when they explained the show to me and they said that they were taking like the best vocalists that from established artists in China, and they compete against each other. And it's really like, it's not like, let's say American Idol per se or The Voice. It's really like these massive established, incredible artists performing, and it's very fierce competition. And they invite a few international artists, and I was the one that they invited. And I was like, okay, this feels fun and feels like something that I would never be able to do otherwise. And they told me that it's live. Like, they were like, it's going to be fully live. And I was like, sick. You know what? Jessie J did it live. Like,
did.
Everybody did it live. Why not? I found out very soon after that it was the first year it was live.
Oh, what?
And
Live,
that's why
live?
and everyone was like scared at first. I'm like, guys, they've been doing this for how many years?
The language barrier is naivety and a blessing, dude.
I was like, what are you so stressed about? We're not the first people to be here.
You just see their face. You have no idea what they're actually saying.
And
though.
it's, what's crazy is like, at first they're like, how are you so calm? And everyone kept asking me that. And I'm like, we're chilling, yo. Like, this is, like, it's fine. But it wasn't. It wasn't fine. It was really stressful.
The
but,
face
like,
she made.
the most incredible chapter of my life. Like, I feel nostalgic, even though it was not even like 2 years ago. I feel nostalgia when I think of it, and it changed my life in so many ways.
I mean, the Chinese people are so incredible. Oh
my gosh.
They've embraced you.
Oh my goodness.
It is really, really, really beautiful.
I feel like I found a second home there, and my heart, like a part of my heart, is in China. I spent almost a whole year living there, and the people there were so inviting, so warm, so welcoming. They appreciate art in a way that is just like, they appreciate it in ways that I didn't even know people appreciated art. And it opened my heart up to it. And I was like, oh, when I put effort in these details, there are people that are listening and dissecting it and listening to the vocals to that degree. And so I'm just so forever grateful to everybody in China and to that show and everything that I did there.
I mean, you're still to this day one of the highest streaming artists in the country, right?
I guess so. I guess. I mean,
so.
international.
I guess so.
It's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second to Taylor Swift.
Thanks. weeks.
She is funny,
How do
bro.
you realize that your life is different in China after that? Is it like walking around? Is it what is it?
That's such a. I have a funny story.
Oh boy.
You're like, share it. I didn't know until I went to the mall one day, and I was trying to get a phone. I was trying to get a phone in China so that I could get certain apps.
Yeah, so you could be on the internet and see what people are saying about you.
So I could translate those comments. And I was sitting there, and there was a sales associate helping me out to help me get this phone.
Do you have like a translator with you, or how do you?
Actually, yes, I had a team there that was helping me in translating. And on the show, I also had like a partner who was translating, but also helping me understand what's going on.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I was very well taken care of. And so I'm at the store and I'm trying to get this phone, and there was like a few glances in my direction, and I was with my hairstylist and also somebody from my team, and they're kind of like, "Oh, people are looking in your direction," and I was like, "Oh, really? I didn't notice." And then I take one step away from like the booth where I was getting the phone, and then I got swarmed with like by people, and I was like, "What is going on?" This was like a couple weeks into me being on the show, and I got swarmed, and I was just like, "What? How? When did this happen? What is going on? How do they know who I am?" I was so confused, and basically we had to be escorted out of the store because there were so many people, and from that point on, I was like, "Okay, I guess things have shifted dramatically, and I didn't even realize it."
It's a really amazing thing.
It'd be like
because
that.
then you land on here in America, and like it's like life is normal again.
So chill. So chill. But like
It's like but you could go to China tomorrow, and it could be just as crazy.
I mean, it's like
How do you balance that?
the thing is though, although it was very crazy, they're very respectful.
Oh, totally.
So respectful. Like they will not touch you. They will not do anything aggressive. They're just so happy and excited, and they always keep like a very respectful distance. But
Thank God for that.
yeah, when I'm here, like
Like just another person.
I'm chilling. Like nobody knows who I am.
The Chinese people and the Chinese culture is very special.
So beautiful, and also I got to explore the country, and it's just like no other. Like they're great.
Will you go back?
Absolutely. I find myself there every few months. I went there for my birthday. I went to Shanghai.
You have to enjoy it, right?
I love it so much. I went there for my birthday for fun. Yeah. And I got to see the Great Wall. I got to explore a lot with my sister because my sister's my manager. And we went to this place called Zhangjiajie, which is where I think what inspired the mountains in the Avatar movie. I have not seen it. But the mountains were incredible.
Really? Okay.
And I got to see the Forbidden City, Summer Palace. Like, I got to see so many incredible places. People, if you're listening, you should go and explore.
I want to go to China so bad.
You will love it.
You could go there and just be like the biggest pop star on earth. Like you really could. Like at any moment in time, like you could go and live like a totally different reality.
I mean, I'm so grateful.
It is right?
I'm so grateful. I'm really, really grateful, truly.
How wild. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Do you desire what you have in China here?
You know what? I've never desired being the biggest artist on the planet or like the biggest artist anywhere on Mars. Like, I've always just wanted to make art, and I think I was always grateful for however many people listened to it, whether that was one person or like millions of people or billions.
That's
but
respectable.
I was never like, that's my goal. I want to be the biggest. I was just like, I want to make art that I'm proud of. And if my art is the biggest, I think I would feel very fulfilled.
But it starts with it mattering to you.
It matters. The art matters so much to me. But as a person, I'm so introverted that it's almost like I'm afraid to be seen in a way. So I've been battling that a lot.
Do you?
I ain't gonna lie, like that whole like being famous thing. It's like, it look like it's cool, but it's like when you're younger, it looks really cool when you're younger. But like when you get older, it's just like, bro, I just want to be left alone. I ain't gonna fake it. you get to a certain point where it's like, yo, like I want to be left alone, especially like when you kind of start to learn more about people and how like some people can be weird, especially because like folks do not respect boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like folks get to doing too much and all this overstepping and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole her being like introverted and not really liking the people rushing you and this, that, and the third. And like, it's just really just about the music at the end of the day and creating and so on and so forth. So I think that that's interesting that she looks at it from that perspective. It's just about the art, not about the notoriety. It just kind of comes with it, you know? It seems like that's when you're not really worried about it. That's usually when it comes. Because I would think that those people would handle it in a proper way, meaning like you're not getting a big head about it. Your ego's not just going crazy, stupid, nasty. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those usually be the people that handle fame the best and don't be just out here just tripping.
Well, I want to be the biggest. I was just like, I want to make art that I'm proud of. And if my art is the biggest, I think I would feel very fulfilled.
But it starts with it mattering to you.
It matters. The art matters so much to me. But as a person, I'm so introverted that it's almost like I'm afraid to be seen in a way. So I've been battling that a lot.
Do you use the music as a way to keep distance or at least communicate when necessary?
I think I'm very communicative through my lyricism.
Totally.
And so it's almost like I'm burying myself in a way, but at the same time, I can't sit there or like, I can't bear myself like online and show my personality or show who I am. It's very, very difficult for me. And it's something that I'm trying to get over. But I'm like, it's in the music.
It is.
It's there. Listen.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Weird is great.
Thank you.
Pretty Strange is awesome.
Thank you.
There's a lot of great music on this album.
Thanks so much.
You got to listen to it. There's a link below. It's all on Amazon Music. What are you thinking over there?
What's the story behind Sweet Fever? Does that have to do with the hospital? Were you in the hospital? You get sick?
Actually, I just came back from China, and being on tour, I wasn't sleeping. And so on my flight back, or like right when I landed back in LA, I got some sort of something or other. And I was like in and out of consciousness on my way to the hospital. And I was on FaceTime with my mom and my sister, and I was like, y'all, I don't feel good, but like stay on FaceTime with me just in case something happens. And I'm like literally in and out. Like I'm here and then I'm not there. And I'm on my way to the hospital. The doctor just like takes my blood. He takes so many tests, and he's like, I literally don't know what you have, but you are so unwell. He's like, I don't know what you have. And so after it felt like everything in my life fell apart, I was like, you know what? This is it.
Not this is
I was
it.
like, maybe this is where it's. No, I'm not going to be that dark. But anyway.
Crazy.
But I was just like, okay. And my fever was really, really high. And whatever he prescribes, this medicine for me, I think it was like, I want to say morphine. My sister's also a pharmacist, so I'm like, I'm afraid of getting that wrong.
Interesting.
So he prescribes this medication, and the first day I take it, feels like nothing. It just like knocked me out. And the second day, for context, I've never done drugs. I've never had anything. So I was expecting the first time, like the first dose of medicine to do something, and it didn't. And I was kind of like, am I like super alpha? Like,
not am I super alpha.
Why did nothing happen? But the second day, do you know the mountains in Burbank?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with an
Okay,
elbow
so
drop.
I walk outside, and unbeknownst to me, I think that like drugs were really doing something, because I was like, I want to walk to those mountains right now. Matter of fact,
That's not okay.
let's go. And I started walking
Just
in that
doing
direction
stuff.
for over an hour, and I'm walking,
What?
and and the mountains don't even get closer, and I'm like,
Are you by yourself?
What the hell?
Drugs were kicking in.
Wait, that's not
Whoa.
okay.
and I thought I was completely fine, mind you. I was like, I really need to get to those mountains. This is all going to tie in back to the song.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So I'm walking for over an hour and a half, and I'm like in some random residential area, and I'm like, why aren't these mountains getting closer?
Oh my god.
Looking crazy.
And the next day I see my hairstylist and she's like gonna take me to like John and Vinny's to like, I don't know, supervise me because clearly I
Not
needed it.
supervise me.
And then I was like, Rachel, I was trying to make it to those mountains. And she was like, those mountains? And I was like, yeah. She's like, baby, those are far. She's like, you were never gonna make it.
They're like probably like 20 miles away, 30 miles away.
I thought they were right around the corner, Zach.
Hell no.
I thought it was a mile away. I thought I had it in the back. And still to this day, don't know why I had this like feeling to like go towards those mountains.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
I mean, we should blame it on the drugs.
I hope I would rather blame it on that than it be something internal.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
all this to say, I had this title, Sweet Fever, that was in my head. And I was just like, ooh, it'd be nice to write something with like, Sweet Fever, set me free. Mm-hmm. And the next week, I get in the studio and I'm masked up because I still don't know if I'm like sick or not. I'm masked up and I'm there with Arthur, and it was our very, very first session. And he's one of the main collaborators on this album. And I'm telling him, like, I'm really sick, and I have this title. And he plays me this loop, and then the chorus is written like this. And I wrote it about that feeling, of feeling like you hit rock bottom and wanting to be set free from that, I guess, just that heaviness.
And to be set free was to be
Walking towards
sitting at the base of the Burbank Mountains, I guess.
Crazy.
At what point in your adventure towards the mountains did you turn around and say, I'm not making it there?
an hour and a half.
Did you take an Uber
That's
back?
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, thank God.
I was
That's
literally
still
like,
crazy.
okay, all right, sure.
I love that you just
I, like,
realize.
fail.
You just like realize.
I was like, massive fail. Going back home. That sucks.
But also, is your like motive to climb the mountain?
That's a good question. I just wanted to make it there first. And then I guess we would have seen what would have happened. I didn't even make it halfway there.
Hell no.
You know, it'd be fun. We should all go on a field trip to those mountains
Okay.
to celebrate.
Let's start walking.
No.
You got to listen to Film
No.
Noir. It's waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. There's a link below. What else are you thinking over there?
You said your sister's a pharmacist.
Interesting.
You were on the path to be an engineer.
I was.
But your sister is your manager now?
She's always been.
And always still a pharmacist.
Yeah, so she just finished like her schooling. She has a doctorate in pharmacy.
Come on, fanciness.
She is so smart. Like, and also, rewind, her and I were a duo for most of our childhood. And we would sing together and play together across like rural Manitoba, like farmland, little talent shows here and there. And we'd sing together. And she hated it. Like, she hated performing, but she loved music. And so she slowly finds herself becoming my manager without realizing that's what was happening. She was answering emails, she was making the phone calls, she was making all these connections. And so she became a manager, and I loved music and I loved singing. And so I continued down that path. And it was a very natural transition. And then I went to school for about 4 years. I did computer engineering. And she did like a science degree and then went into pharmacy. I did not finish my computer engineering degree, but she finished. she finished her.
Congrats to her.
Yeah, to her.
Right.
Samia.
What kind of engineer did you plan on being?
I wanted to be a doctor. And-
Like what kind?
I wanted to be a psychiatrist.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love psychology. In my yearbook, I'm pretty sure it says like probable fate psychiatrist, dream fate singer-songwriter.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I was like fully thinking that I was going to be a doctor or like aspiring to be a doctor. The engineering degree was for me to apply to med school eventually. But why did I choose engineering? Why
It's
did I
rough.
why did I do that? I don't know. Why did I try to walk to those mountains?
I don't know.
Sometimes I don't make very sound decisions.
What the hell's going on?
Was the college degree like a backup plan, or is it something you always wanted to do, whether you did music or
So
not?
crazy.
It wasn't really a backup plan. It was like my main focus. And I remember being signed and also being in school. I was getting phone calls from people at the label being like, you're making the biggest mistake of your life being in school. And I was like, oh, I gotta go to calculus 2 now. Like, sorry. And then I'd go to class, and eventually I slowly, like, music took over my life. And I was traveling so much, and I couldn't be there for labs, and you had to be there in person for a lot of these classes. And so then I transitioned into psych, and I was taking it, like, by distance. And I think that I can see myself doing that one day, like, fully doing a psych degree.
And finishing it.
And finishing it this time, yes.
Very cool. We hear him. You can do a Rubik's Cube.
Who told you that?
The internet? Is that a lot?
That's not true.
Okay, we won't ask. I mean, maybe we will ask you to do it. That's even funnier. Wait, no.
The internet?
Like, is there a Rubik's Cube behind me? Like, no, I can't solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh my God, my producer just said it's in your press release that you could do a Rubik's Cube? Interesting.
That
your
face
is actually shocking.
That
Where did that even
face.
come from?
I don't, we'll verify and get back to you.
Who is lying?
That's the real question.
I've never solved a Rubik's Cube in my life.
Well, to be fair, Kim, producer Kim, you are suffering from a sweet fever right now.
Aw,
So I
feel
don't know.
better.
I don't know if this is your Burbank Mountains.
Wow.
She just goes fair. I have no idea.
Like, I don't remember last time I saw a Rubik's Cube.
Today.
I don't know.
Today.
You had one ready?
Yeah, you let us down.
Thank God you asked, because imagine you just toss it to me, you're like, solve it.
Shut up.
Would have been looking crazy as hell.
I've been sitting there like, what do I do?
Excuse me? Pardon me?
Thank God it's already solved. I would have been like, Yep.
We'll be here for a while.
my
Kim
goodness.
made it up. You are suffering from a sweet
Kim.
fever.
Kim, you want to go for a walk to the Burbank Mountain?
You're sick. You're sick.
Kim.
He's so
What else have you
red.
made up?
He is so red. Look like a cherry.
Ooh.
He's so
You're a lot of fun.
red.
Thank you. So are you.
Also, it was a deep conversation because I got to say, your music is a little dark. Like, no, yeah. We know that though, right?
Yeah.
At least this iteration. Your other stuff is much lighter.
I went like, I think who I am authentically, musically, is dark. And no matter how much I try to stray from it, I always find myself back with like some heaviness in my music.
As you are a jester. Thank you for your performance today.
Thank you.
Will we? Oh, sorry. I know you're about to clap. Sorry.
Well, yeah, she's a jester. She wrapped it up perfectly. She ended it. She bowed.
Yeah,
I can
well,
bow again.
Okay,
I
thanks.
I can bow again.
It'll probably hit different now, but whatever.
Are you going to be releasing stripped down versions of these songs?
Ooh, good
This
question.
album?
Ooh.
Good question.
That's what I always used to do. I think for a change, I want to do an orchestral version.
Oh, we're going the opposite of stripped down.
It's
We're going
giving,
stripped up.
It's giving
Stripped up.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
That's been the motto of this last year. Figure it out.
that's the right motto.
Thank you.
This jester knows how to perform. Thank you. There we
There
go.
we go.
That was
Merci,
good.
merci, merci.
Film noir. You say it's so much better.
Film noir.
Just waiting
Fancy.
for you. Link below. It's on Amazon Music. You good?
How often do people get your name wrong?
Oh boy.
Not as much anymore. Before, 99% chance that it wasn't pronounced correctly. I remember I used to ask, can I say Alexa?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
right there in the corner. She
Okay.
may answer.
Perfect.
I unplugged her.
Used to ask Alexa, like, play blah blah by Fosia. And he'd be like, playing Nana by Hosier. But now Alexa has my name, and ever since then, it feels like my name has been pronounced pretty correctly.
Now, if you teach them how to do it, they will figure it out. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And the
Is that
people.
Alexa?
Yeah.
The worst that happens is like, I think like Faouzia, but it's not even that bad because it's written that way.
I used to say her name like that. I'm not gonna fake it. I used to say her name like that, and y'all had to correct me like early. I'm talking about this mountain, tears of gold early. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that y'all corrected me back then because oh my gosh, that's exactly how I used to say it.
I don't blame
Let me like the
people
vid
for reading.
for
Words.
reading.
Phonetically.
The letters.
Yeah.
I don't blame them
It's really
for
hard,
reading.
I don't blame
Like-
people for reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real. Well, thanks for being here today. Fosia.
Third bow.
time's the charm, everybody.
Fourth.
Very special. The entire catalog
Thank
of
you for having
Fosia.
me.
Brand new album, the whole
Thank
thing,
you.
waiting for you below on Amazon Music.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a really good interview. I like when people are actually like interested in the artist. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really good, and it was very well. What's the word I'm looking for? It had like its comedic moments, but also like, what else was it? I can't think of it. But anyway, that was a good interview. But I'm about to get up out of here though. PC's a baby. Lay y'all.